Everything looks like it's working. Look at that. I'm always nervous when I've had the gaming on and I switch it back to... Oh, the camera's in a bit of a weird place. I think we'll just live with it for now. I'm always worried when we've had it... No, I can't live with it. I need to make it chat. It's a bit better, I think. I'm always worried we've had the gaming stream on, right? And we switch back to the talking head stream. And I have to change a load of the settings to make it all work properly. And I'm always worried that it's not going to work properly. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely Tuesday evening. Yes, this is not an AOS stream. I'm sorry it's not an AOS stream. Although it could be about some of the things in AOS. I just don't know the lore very well. It's a Warhammer stream, but it's not an AOS game. It's not an AOS game because Mrs. Joe, right? So we talked about this earlier on the video game stream as well. Mr. Joe is unwell again. Different reason this time, not more COVID. Yesterday got himself diagnosed with gout and got given 24 to 48 hours to rest up. I spoke to him this morning and his feet were in incredible amounts of pain. He has got medication, so I told him stay at home, look after yourself, rest up. And then cancelled the game because it would have just been me and Kyle. And we need 3 people for a game. So, instead, you've got my beautiful face. It was a talking head stream tonight to talk to you people. This is what you get, right? We need a strong showing this evening, chat, because the gaming content earlier didn't do very well. I feel like it might have been a mistake. At the end of the stream, I do have to say a big shout out to Mr. The Whitey 55 for gifting 5 of the finest memberships. Thank you so much, you beautiful human being. And thank you, Tim, also for gifting 5 off the bat as well. You're a legend. I love you. Thank you so much. Putting us on our first 5. There is a possibility, Stu's just alluded to this in chat as well, there is a possibility that some people are having a bad time gifting. YouTube's playing around. I was looking at Twitter earlier. It's not just us. It's happening to a few different channels. YouTube's not having a great time with gifting right now, which is a problem for a person whose 95% of his business revenue is based on gifting memberships. So at the moment, my bumhole's like this, right? There's quite a lot of nerves right now because I could do with them fixing this really fucking fast. Really fucking fast. To be honest with you. Alex, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. All these people that can gift to carry you all, basically. But yeah, Mr. Joe's been diagnosed with gout. He's not comfortable. I think he's better now. He's had his pain med for the day. So I wasn't going to ask him to come and do a game, drive an hour and do a game this evening. So I'll make sure he gets your love and hugs from everybody because Joe is a national treasure. We must protect him at all costs. But I thought tonight we'd do a talking head stream instead. And I was going to do some more Space Marine 2 content, but since it tanked so fucking hard earlier, I decided not to do that. That seemed like a bad idea. I was going to start single playering the campaign so we can actually listen to the missions and stuff because we didn't manage that earlier. But yeah, I thought that probably would be a bad idea since it seems like people are a bit bored of the content already. I'm sure people aren't bored of playing it, but people don't really want to watch the game anymore, which is fine. I'm not going to complain too much. So I thought we'd come up with a fun topic.
Thing in Warhammer or Cass. Love you, Cass.
Oh, let's go over the headphones. Hang on. Thank you, Dave, for the 2. USB audio. There we go. That's better. Weirdest thing in Warhammer are Cass. Love you, Cass. I mean, yeah, fair. So I thought we'd do a fun topic. It's almost like an After Dark stream, but there's no Luce tonight because it's Tuesday. She wouldn't normally be on stream. So, we're doing a different type of 40k After Dark stream because it's still Warhammer related. Weirdest thing in Warhammer. And this could be 40k or it can be AOS. AOS, I'm a little bit more... I don't know as much about the narrative, so I can't contribute there as well. But in general, I'd be interested to hear what you think is the weirdest thing in Warhammer. Now, this topic was kind of born because of reactions I'd seen on Twitter for people who aren't Warhammer people who have played Space Marine 2. And the screenshot in question, which you've probably seen banded around, is a guy was like, what the fuck is that? And it was a cherub, right? Hence the thumbnail, which is a pair of cherubs, right? He was like, what the fuck is that? That is not normal. It's a baby with wings and a bionic eye flying. Like, that's strange. That's not usual. And that got me thinking, like, there's a ton of things that if you're used to Warhammer, if you're used to Warhammer 40k, if you're used to Age of Sigmar, there's a ton of things that we probably don't even think about. That's just normal. It's just Warhammer. That shit exists. Whether that be narrative things that we've read in books, listened to on audiobooks, things that happen on the tabletop, whatever. Things that for us are quite normal. It could even be just things that are accepted as the norm rather than actually having to be particularly weird, right? Just things that we accept as a norm that other people are like, what do you mean that's how it works? And I thought you guys could throw postcards at me telling me, here's the things that I think are weird. I thought that'd be fun for a night.
A Cadbury's lorry collides with a Lego truck on the M1. Police said the road is chock a block.
Thank you, Stu, for the 5. Also, thank you, Evan, for the 1, and thank you, Christopher Sam, for Police Station Gloucester for the 1. You people are amazing. Up to 17 new members. We only got to 40 earlier. So strictly the target is 160 for me secretly to try and make it up. But, you know, if you're feeling generous, if 3 of you give 50 right now, I'll be ecstatic. Hey, Jamie, how's it going, dude? Zena, thank you for 5 gifted. Come on, people, you beautiful people. One of the weirdest things in Warhammer for me is the fact that people are prepared to pay for this content. I find that fucking mental. Thank you, Zena, for the 5 gifted. You legend. How you doing, Zena? Good to see you back. Barkers have no AP. That's weird. That is weird. Yeah, weirdest thing 40k is the rules writers. Lol. Big guys riding wolves into battle. Normal. Exactly. This is my point. Diggers were some humies that survived an Orky war by hiding underground, so they painted themselves and went and played at being orcs. Very old lore. Interesting. I never heard of that. Apparently, the Mechanicus bionic tentacles are anal inserts. The Caiaphas K novels confirmed, apparently. Is that true? I didn't know that. I've not listened or read that Caiaphas K novel yet, apparently. Fucking hell. I am currently listening to Avenging Sun. I've just recently started that. After the gaming stream tanked so hard, I went for an angry walk for an hour. And I listened to another hour of Avenging Sun. I've just started it, so... Eden and Jill, how's it doing? How are you doing? I can't talk properly tonight. Hiding at work, trying to avoid meetings. That sounds like a smart choice.
Weirdest? Demon Culib or people brushing over the 1,000 psychers sacrificed daily for the corpse emperor.
Is a demon Culib still a thing? Or had that been redacted? I didn't know if that was still a thing. 1,000 psychers sacrificed daily is... just to keep the Astronomy going. We all just kind of accept that. It was normal, wasn't it? Thanks for the 5 on the clock, you're a legend. Bunch of heroes. Weirdest thing in Warhammer, GW selling print codex in 2024. Amazing. Obviously, please feel free to stick these on colourful postcards for me. It severely helps us at the moment. The month is rough. Is it because it's back to school month? Everyone's spunked all their money on the summer holidays? I've been reading the Son of the Forest book. I really like 40k Lion. I started that. I never finished it. If you're looking for weird things in models, it's a consistent combination of boobs and crab claws. That's a half the Slanesh Demons range. That's, yeah, that was the depth of their design philosophy when they made those, right? Weirdest thing from the lore, corpse starch.
Weirdest is World Eater stories having the Muse heavy bolters. Weird kind of accursed weapon.
Kaz, thank you for the 5. Please don't. It's still too soon. 5-week month. Is it a 5-week month? What if Magnus had been a Bella and those psychers wouldn't need to be sacrificed? How had he been? How was he a Bellend, Lightning Creep? Come on. How was he a Bellend? To try and warn the Emperor of what was going on. Have you ever met a Dark Eldar player? They usually seem fucking weird. Yeah, Joe. Maybe that's why he's got himself COVID, gout, and a hernia, because he's actually a Dark Eldar player. He's trying to get power through pain. Have you ever thought of that, chat? Ever thought of that? Weird is Hammerful bunkers not being able to deep strike. Yeah, so as a terrain feature, they have to start on the table, don't they? It makes me sad. I said to Joe, Hammerful bunkers should be drop pods for Primarchs. Carl. It's enough, please. It's enough. Those red butchers, not red butchers, are weird. Yes, I know. I'm aware.
I'd watch you read tomes on stream to learn Eos lore. Gotta learn it somehow. It'd be like a drag queen reading to children sans high heels.
Wow. That wasn't where I expected that to go, Mike. Thank you for the 5, dude. I don't know. I feel like reading AOS tomes out on stream would, for most people, be a bit boring, and Games Workshop might get upset.
Weirdest thing, the stigma around the hobby. I get a load of shit from guys at work whose entire personality is Oasis and eFootball. Pricks. Lil rant.
Pricks. That is a little rant, that, to be fair. When I was in the army, when I joined up in 2005. I did my basic training. At the point at which I joined up, I wasn't really doing the hobby at that point. I'd stopped it when I was at the end of college. Well, I stopped it probably before college for girls and beer and rugby. And I joined up in 2005. I did my basic training into 2006. And then I did my trade training, which was 18 months worth. And I moved to my unit in mid to late 2007. And my unit was up in Ipswich. Which for me, where I'm from down here, is a 3.5 to 4 hour journey away. So when I was based doing my trade training, I was at Arborfield, which is in Reading, which is about 45 minutes away, 50 minutes away. I would often drive home each weekend, give my mum my laundry because I was an absolute child back then, and then go out on the piss with my mates I was at college with. Now, when I went to my unit up in Ipswich, and it wasn't an option to drive. Well, I say it wasn't an option. It was an option. I didn't want to drive 4 hours home and then 4 hours back over the course of the weekend. So I ended up staying on camp. And quite early on, I took a wander into Ipswich and found a Games Workshop. I was like, I haven't been here for a while. And I was an avid collector as a early teens, just before early teens, mid-teens. I was an avid collector of Warhammer. Never really played the game properly. Collected loads. Played games with friends. Never collected properly.
Weirdest thing to some players. Deodorant. Also gifted, still not working. Have 5 gifted on a postcard.
Oh, thanks, Pridders, you legends. Mason, thank you for 5 gifted. It's working for some people. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if you can open it in an incognito tab or something like that, but thank you so much, Mason, for the 5 gifted. You're an absolute hero. I'll add them on now. Legend. So yeah, so I went into Ipswich. I saw a Games Workshop. I was like, went in there, and the staff were okay, and I picked up some models.
To make up for the brutal display yesterday.
Thanks, James, you legend. What a hero. Thank you for the $50, man. What a legend. So I picked up some models, and I think I picked up Chaos Space Marines at the time. I can't remember. And I took them back to my room on camp. Camp being the garrison, essentially, right? And I had a room in a block because I was only a lowly lance corporal back then, quite fresh-faced. I didn't really know anyone. And what I did was I used to sit there in the block with my door wide open, because I've always been typically quite a extroverted person. So if you don't know the difference between introverted and extroverted person, extroverted people are energized by being around other people, and they start to get de-energized when they're on their own. And then introverted people are the reverse. They get de-energized when they're around other people because they're hard work, and they get more energized when they're on their own. And that's the extremes of the scale, and you sit somewhere on that scale. I've always been quite extroverted. I found in the last 5 years that's pulled back slightly. It's not as extreme as it was, but it definitely was extremely extroverted early on. So I used to have my room open, and I'd have a kettle, and I'd have multiple cups and tea and coffee and sugar and milk. So if anyone walked by and they wanted a brew, a cup of tea or a coffee or whatever, they could stick their head in, and I'd be like, brew? And I'd sit there with them chatting, watching bollocks. Or maybe we'd play old Call of Duty split screen, anything like that. I didn't give a shit, right? Just as long as I could socialise. And my I had where you walked into my room. In front of me was in front of you was a bed, and to the left there was like a sink and some wardrobes, and the far left hand corner was a TV, and then right opposite was the window, which was the other side of the bed, and a wardrobe, and then there was a desk there. My desk was under the window, and that desk was often covered in early days it wasn't. The desk was just kettle, like tea, coffee stuff. That was it. And slowly but surely, the desk became my hobby space. It's where I'd sit and I'd build and paint, because I used to do that as a thing. And that was where I used to build and paint. The amount of people that would like walk past the door, and they go, all right, Demps, because surnames in the military all the time, right? And I'd be like, you all right? Like, cup of tea? Like, yeah, all right. They walk in, they look over your shoulder on your desk. What's that? And I'd look at them like, you fucking know full well what that is. And then it would start, right? It would start at that point, Alex. It'd be like, you fucking nerd. You geek. And I have never really been that bothered by ridicule, to be honest with you. I find it very easy to throw extreme levels of banter at other people because it doesn't bother me, really. Sometimes to the point where I push it too far, and I'm aware of that. And sometimes I push it slightly too hard and people get upset, and I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry. I genuinely wasn't going to upset you because I have quite a thick skin. So I think they were like, go on then. Do you want this cup of tea or what? And they'd carry on and fucking virgins and blah. But you play World of Warcraft, which I haven't actually really ever played. And eventually you'd just let them keep talking. And eventually 90% of them would get to a point where they're like, I used to have some Space Marines. Or I used to have some orcs. They're probably still at home in the attic. Oh, did you? Isn't that interesting? And the majority of people that I found that would give, not everybody to be fair, but the majority of people that I found that would give you neat shit for being a hobbyist, this is the weirdest thing for me, the majority of people that would give you neat shit for being a hobbyist at some point in their life were themselves a hobbyist. And a lot of them, it doesn't take a lot of encouragement to get them to start talking about their experiences, the armies that they had, the models that they loved. It doesn't take a lot at all. And then there was this thing at work where nobody talked about the hobby. And it took me a little while being stationed for people going, oh, fucking Liam likes Warhammer, to find out that there was a few people at work that used to really be into the hobby. And there was a gaming club on camp that you could sign up the keys to and go and hang out in this little gaming club, which has a table and terrain and all sorts. So I was like, and there was ended up being quite a lot of people that were into it. And I was like, this is fucking weird, isn't it? This is really weird. None of you spoke about it. It was even at work. It was like, so you talk down the game club and then you go to work and no one will talk about it. I'm like, I don't. But why? Because people take the piss. Like, you're in a fucking army. Who gives a shit? What's considered weird? Anything, elect man. A weird piece of narrative, a weird experience, a weird model, anything at all that's weird. This is about people that are now discovering Warhammer for the first time because of things like Space Marine 2 and going, huh, cherubs are really fucking weird. We're like, well, hold my beer. There's weirder shit. There's weirder shit. Thank you for the pink one anyway, James. You absolute legend. Prentice, thank you for the 25. You people are beautiful human beings. Closing in on that super chat target within the first half an hour. Cheers. I can't take all the shit they want to give me. I give it back. But what grips me the most, grips me is one of their sons has started collecting it, and this grown man has openly said he is disappointed in his son. That's shocking, isn't it? That's shocking. I'm the reverse. I'm like, I wish my kids would put down their good video games. I mean, they don't get a lot of video games because I won't let them, and neither does Luce. But I wish that they would go, I can play video games today, Dad, but what I'd actually like to do is learn about Warhammer. One of the estate agents who showed me a property was a Warhammer fan. We chatted for ages about which room would be the best for my new hobby space. Amazing. In my last job, I found out a work colleague called Matt was well into 40k and played for Team England. Amazing. Kai. Female custodians are pretty weird. See you later, guys. You could at least put that on a postcard, mate. If you're going to drop that kind of grenade. Simple fun always wait. There's no good guys. There is no good guys. I bet he's disappointed in his fuckwit Dan. Yeah, 100% did he walk, right? That's a shocking thing. I don't like. If my eldest son came up to me tomorrow and said, "Dad, I want to be a ballerina," I'd be like, "Cool. How do I help?" That's what being an encouraging father is, right? People paying to learn how to roll dice better. That's fucking weird, Kev, isn't it? That's really fucking weird. Three of us started a Warhammer club at Mountbatten School and we got loads of grief, but we filled that room. Amazing. What a legend. The weirdest thing is a Warhammer to me is the Drakari furniture made of people. That is fucking strange. I was listening to, it's a short story. I was listening to Lenneth Hesperex. It's like I think it's like, what is it, 4 hours as an audiobook or 6 hours as an audiobook? It's pretty good actually, 6 hours as an audiobook actually, remember. And then there's, it's either another succubus or it's the Archon who sat on a throne made of people, which is fucking weird. Always be there for your kids, 100%. Weird is finding a girl on Insta that paints Warhammer with her top zipped up. That's the weirdest part. Sites I've worked on posters up everywhere for the wargaming and board gaming groups. I think it's becoming more, it's definitely becoming more mainstream now, isn't it, right? Like, it's definitely becoming a thing that's less of a hidden gem secret thing. Get shit ton of lads into it just before COVID times came. Yeah. Gifts are not working, so I yeeted some money at you via PayPal. Oh, Star, bless you. You didn't need to do that. Thank you, Dave. You didn't need to do that. The problem with it coming via PayPal is I then don't have to wait for it to come in on the 25th of next month. And it makes me hard. It makes it harder for me to budget. But thank you. I appreciate you. You're incredible. Charging 6.5k to teach people to list build is weird. Amazing. The weirdest thing in Warhammer is gatekeeping. People behaving horribly to new people, forgetting the previous generation of bellends who made it miserable for them when they were new. Sever to them all. Yeah. Gatekeeping's a weird thing in general, though, right? I don't think.
Point well made. The pin is out. Female custodians bench £200 on their chin. Discuss. Laters, this is going to be too hot for me to discuss.
It's a powerful chin, isn't it? To be fair. Weirdest thing is how much people hate Erebus. I mean, he's the hero of the piece, surely. Erebus is hated, right?
Come on now. Sisters of Silence. When have you ever known a woman to be silent? That's just a step too far.
Oh, chat, you're
Winking
right tonight,
face.
aren't you? Hashtag get him cancelled night. Right, Erebus, Christopher Sanford, PlayStation Gloucester. Hear me out, right? Hear me out here. Erebus is one of the greatest characters in Warhammer. There's very few people I don't know who don't like the Horus Heresy, especially as a narrative story. Even if you don't like it as a tabletop board game, as a narrative story, I don't know many people in the Warhammer space that don't like the Horus Heresy, right? Erebus is why you have a Horus Heresy. So he's like, and the fact that everyone hates him so much is like ultimate bad guy writing there. Want to get in before Lisa appears. She's night off today. Tuesdays is her night off, mate. So she wasn't. I was like, if you want to come and sit in, you can sit in. She's like, I was like, Luce, don't feel pressure. You don't have to. So she went and she chilled out in the living room, I think, doing something else. Erebus is the greatest bad guy ever, 100%. What classes do you want to see next in Space Marine 2? I'd love to see a classic Terminator. Now they've got the true scale Terminators, I'd love to see a proper Terminator. That would be fucking sick. I'd be well into having a Terminator. Inceptor could be cool if they're going to stick Primaris. Stick to Primaris only. That could be cool. It's like a assault marine, but without melee weapons, with guns instead, double pistols. Although I'd like to see the jump class change somewhat in the operations, but hey. The worst was Ab that had him do at the end of the Death 3 bastard. No spoilers, Mika. No spoilers. Goffin from Game of Thrones is Erebus. A key character did such a good job of making you hate them. 100%. 100%. Everyone hated Joffrey, and I was like, Actor did a good job. Actor did a good job. My weirdest thing in Warhammer might be the existence of Zangors. The ancient AOS needs an equivalent to rubrics and scarabs, not dumb-looking goat men. Well, we've got Zangor in 40k as well, Alec Man, and I don't like Zangor. Well, I do like them, but you're right, we need more. Even more than Librarian, Chaplain, and Apothecary. See, I don't know about characters, though, because if you look at the current classes that exist, you look at Assault, Vanguard, etc., they're not like powerful characters. They're just a class of Marine. So I think I'd stick to that kind of theory, right? I really like the Word Bearers. I like the Word Bearers, Dave. I've got a bunch of stuff in the studio, a bunch of Chaos Space Marine stuff in the studio, sat unbuilt in boxes, because I was going to build a Word Bearers army and play Chaos Space Marines. And that stuff is still sat there, earmarked to be Word Bearers. If I'm going to play Chaos Space Marines and not play a Legion specific like World Eaters, then I'm going to be playing Word Bearers, because they're the coolest. Aggressors. Oh, I'd love aggressors. Double Fist aggressors might be a bit too powerful though in that game. Maybe for like the hardest levels, perhaps.
I like werewolves, looking at weird in the rear view mirror.
Thanks, Steve, for the 5. What type of party did the Space Elves have to spawn a Dark God? Where's my invite? Yeah, absolutely. Best word bearer, my boy Argyle. Chaplain class, what I want in Space Marine 2. Amazing. What's the jump gravis unit called? Inceptors. Inceptors. They're cool as shit. I think I got some turning up tomorrow. Black Templars always have a librarians is a bit odd. You lot are on fucking form tonight, aren't you? Word bearers had the best reason to be chaos, says Men on War. I also, by the way, appreciate the fact there's a ton of names I'm not used to seeing lately. A lot of them grey, but a ton that I'm not used to seeing. Welcome, people. Welcome, new people. Should I be worried? Oh. Ruler, a pen, and some scissors has just been picked up from the office. Oath of Damnation has him in. Made him like him. Made me like him. Oh, I can't read. Yeah, I like word bearers. It is weird though, isn't it, that everyone fucking hates Erebus? Or is it weird? Or is it just the fact that they've done a good job of writing the ultimate bad guy? Orc players warring. That's weird. I'd be more okay with the existence of Zangor if we had more big armored units and Disciples of Zinch and Thousand Sons, but we don't, so Zangor would make up half of the roster. It's not okay. That's fair. I actually agree with you, to be honest with you. The Librarian Black Templar issue, everything is very much you are a reskinned Ultramarine. I mean, that's... I feel like, right, slightly off topic, but kind of relevant.
If Discourse and Vanguard Tactics smashed the Offspring would be a brood horror. My work is done. I've ruined another channel and no succulent Chinese either.
I'm going to give this a heart, kind, because that's how I check that all the super chats have been read out. There is no other reason. Okay. Okay. Forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, so I find that games are actually in a tough place here. It's not often I'll cut them a lot of slack, but they're in a tough place. People want the game to be balanced. They want to have a chance of competing with other people, because that's just, people do want a chance. People don't want inherent imbalance in the game, whether that's narrative or not. They don't want it. So GW has to reduce data sheets to increase the balance, and then they want to increase the accessibility, and people were complaining it was too granular and too complicated, so they then have to break out all the data sheets, so a captain with a jump pack is different to a captain who's different to a Phobos captain who's different to a Terminator captain. So then they have 4 data sheets or 5 data sheets for a captain, when they could have really had one and given them an option for Terminator armor for plus 35 points, an option for jump pack for plus 25 points, and etc. Right? So then they increase the number of data sheets. So then when it comes to individual units, like I don't know, Imperial Fist Terminators or Ultramarines, Stern Guard or whatever, they just have generic data sheet, and you paint it the color that you want. And then they have some more units for Space Wolves and Blood Angels and Dark Angels, but we're even seeing a slight reduction in those. If you think about the Blood Angels that have lost the Furioso, the Librarian Dreadnought, the Death Company Dreadnought is kind of gone, because it's now the new Redemptor variant. I can't remember what it's called, the Brutalis. Tycho's gone, Corbulo's gone. You know, they've reduced a few of the data sheets. If you look at the Raven Wing, they've lost Raven Wing bikers. They've lost a bunch of like land speeders and stuff. So they're reducing the data sheets again to add to the fact that they want to improve the balance, and they've had to increase data sheets for things like captains, and then so they get criticised for having too many data sheets, and they get criticised for having not enough data sheets, and it's actually quite difficult. And I don't think for 1 minute that a Librarian in Black Templars is ever something they intended to happen, but it's a byproduct of how the rule set's kind of all over the place, because they're trying to appease every market at the same time, which I don't think is something we should overly criticise them for, trying to appease every market at the same time. But what they did at the start of 10th is manage to appease no one at once, which is a weird place to find yourself on the launch of a new edition. Right, we want to please everyone. We've done a good job of just pissing everybody off. We're just thinking 40 cats with Chapter Master Valrak. I love Sam. He doesn't talk to me anymore. I don't know what I did. Maybe because we kept calling him Spam Rack or Chapter Master Ballsack, but he doesn't talk to me anymore. So I've messaged him like 3 times about doing a saga. He flat refuses to come all the way down here. He won't do it. So Sam's alright though. He's a good guy. He is a good guy. That's a general problem with stuff nowadays. Like negativity sells and it sucks. This is constantly everywhere. It is, yeah. Which is why we're doing cheerful shit like weird shit in 40k. And people that love the weird. People that love the weird, right? But you are right. Like negativity does. I think that's weird. It's a weird thing in life, though. It's not just weird in Warhammer. That's a weird thing in life. A weird thing in life is that negativity is what people engage with more than positivity, which kind of doesn't make any sense to me. If you think about it, positivity should release positive endorphins, which are addictive, and negativity should release something different to positive endorphins. I don't know what if they're even negative endorphins for things, but but it should really it's almost like a fight or flight thing, right? So realistically you should go hunting the positive because that's the addictive thing, and you should be fair, like you should be sheltering yourself away from the negative. But yet we live in a weird world where everyone's like, I'm gonna go and look more at negative stuff. So if I hadn't have called what the weirdest thing in Warhammer, but I said how Games Workshop's completely fucked itself, probably double the number of viewers. It's weird.
Everyone super chat or I'll send the brood horror around to mount you and eat your Chinese. Like you, Liam, I can take jokes too far as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you can. Again, I'm going to heart it just to prove it's been read out, all right? Vector's dead, that he's not dead. That's weird, yeah. I thought one of the weirdest things in 40k, Drakari don't have a model for Vect right now. Why don't have their faction leader playable on the tabletop? How they fix that? Yeah, I know if I play Space Wolves, it can take an apothecary no matter what the detachment. So some factions have done it quite well, some they haven't, Toxtrio. But yeah, Vect is a weird one, right? Vect isn't dead. Vect killed himself, and then that's weird. Varak is called Sam. That's the least Sam-looking man I've ever seen. Everyone go spam Varak. No, don't do that. Don't piss him off. If he doesn't want to come down, he doesn't want to come down. That's fine. I won't lose any sleep over it. Off we go to tell Sammy Varak to go to the saga. No, leave him alone. He's fine. We don't hate him. He's fine. Yeah, Vector's definitely alive. But it's weird that he doesn't have a model. I agree with you on that one. That is a weird thing. It's weird in 40k. Servitors are weird in 40k.
To avoid the brood horror, please no.
I'm not encouraging this. I'll let you keep spending money on it, but I'm not encouraging it. Yeah, servitors are weird. I'm just trying to get. I'm just pull this. That's fucking weird, Escape, isn't it? The Rubicon, crossing the Rubicon Primaris is incredibly dangerous, and most people die, and it has a 100% success rate. That's really weird, isn't it? I need to get a drink. I only bought in my coffee, which I've drank already. I forgot to bring in a pint of juice. My understanding from the wiki is that he faked his own death in a bid to consolidate power. I thought he died to consolidate power and then had himself brought back to life by the homunculus covens, I think. I don't know. Yeah, the crossing the Rubicon Primaris being 100% successful is honestly one of those strange things. Games Workshop told Varak to avoid you in case their secret leak is a bit exposed. If you have a name, you survive. Based on your personality and not your personal choice, what Space Marine chapter would you belong to? Based on my personality. Based on my personality. So I'm incredibly anal to detail. I like to try and do things properly, correctly, as per procedure. That's the army technician in me, the aircraft technician in me. I like to just follow a procedure and follow instruction. I'm quick to temper. I am quick to temper. That's a thing. If you're going loyalist chapter, it's probably... It's hard to say. I feel like this is gonna be like, oh, of course, because of what's going on. I feel like if we're going loyalist chapter, the one that probably fits me the most, having now read some of their lore, is probably the Ultramarines, because I like to do things properly to the letter. I like to follow. I'd like to follow instructions. I like to follow procedures. That being said, what I want to say is I want to say like Blood Angels, because I like the concept of being angry and letting go of your rage, because I am quick to temper. Or something bike related like Ravenwing or White Scars. I was thinking something to let you figure it out. Is it on Discordia? By the way, Mr. Toilet Dice, you're saving us right now. YouTube membership gifting is broken. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted memberships. You absolute legend.
Only being able to win a tournament when your opponent in the final is a teammate and having people pay you to play better is weird.
It is weird. Thank you, Brothers, for the 5, you legend. Thank you so much, John, for the 20 gifted. Gifting's broken to so many people, we can't hit targets.
So I was walking down the road and this brood horror jumped out of the bushes and said, my dad and mum said for just £6,500 and a Chinese you will be able to taste time. I thought bargain.
Have you been drinking, Kai? Is that what's going on? Right, I'm going to try now. Mr. the Elect Man sent me this thing, right? So let's share it. Let's do it. Let's do it live on screen. So there's a DM. Yeah, got it. I can only seem to get certain accounts to pull up the gifting box. Yeah, people are having a lot of problems. So we've been missing targets left, right, and Charlie, John, because people are having a lot of problems. But it's wider YouTube as well. It's happening across multiple channels at the moment, which has got me nervous and twitchy, right? So we have the Space Marine chapter test. Is it working? Let me just have a look on this. Yeah, it's working. Good. Okay. We're going to go through this honestly, right? Okay, right. So I prefer to work alone and rely on my own abilities rather than collaborate with others. I'd go down the disagree with that one. I do lots of collaborative work with Peachy, with War Hipster, with other people. I don't mind working on my own. I prefer it when Lucy's there. I prefer it when Joe's around me. I've already talked about being extroverted, right? So I feel like there. Disagree. I believe in striving for excellence and achieving the highest levels of proficiency in my chosen field. I mean, that's there. Next. I am willing to sacrifice short-term gains for long-term success. Probably there, I reckon.
As a huge Tau fan, what's weird is that Anshi did not get a narrative to go along with his character going to Legends. He was there since the army debuted and then silently lost to history.
That is weird.
Frown.
Thank you for the 10, Elect Man. Evan, sorry. Thank you for the 10, you legend. Evan, you hero. Thank you so much. It's really odd because I could gift to Kirath last night, but I still can't gift here. Don't tell me that, people. It makes me sad. I wanted to take risk in order to achieve my goals. Yes. Probably about there, I reckon. I believe that technology and innovation are the keys to achieving success. Agree. No, strong agree. I am highly empathetic and attuned to the emotions of others. I'm not. I am willing to take extreme measures to achieve my goals. I am highly creative and enjoy expressing myself through art, music, or other forms of creativity. I mean, that's kind of the channel though, right? But I feel like I'm not as creative as some, so I'm going to have to say that about there. I value tradition and heritage and believe that they should be respected and preserved. Absolutely, without doubt. I'm highly perceptive and able to pick up on subtle cues and details. Not so much. Not so much. Yeah, about that, I reckon. I believe in the importance of celebrating one's victories and accomplishments. I'll put this link in chat by the way we're done. I'm pretty bad at celebrating my own accomplishments. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve my goals, even if it means bending the rules. I agree with the first part, but not the second part. I have to go, I don't like bending rules. I'm highly adaptable and able to thrive in any environment. I'm going to be modest there and say there. I believe in the power of self-discipline and hard work to achieve success. 100%. All up here. That's how the gym's going. I have a strong sense of duty and responsibility to those I care about. Absolutely. I value independence and personal freedom above all else. No, I mean I was in the army for Christ's sake. There. I believe in the importance of moving quickly and decisively to achieve success. Maybe there. I like to analyze. I enjoy pushing myself to the limit and testing my own limits. Maybe there. I'm comfortable keeping secrets and working in the shadows. I'm not.
Calling it now. Results will be Imperial Fists.
No, don't tell me that, Alex. I like Imperial Fists. Thank you for the 2, dude. I believe... Come on, Predators, come through. Here it comes.
Being one of the few rules testers remaining as all others are scrapped and all your factions coming out with op codexes is weird.
That is really weird, Predators. Thank you for the point. I believe that the ends justify the means and sometimes sacrifices must be made to achieve a greater goal. I mean, I sacrificed my own health, but that's about as far as it goes. I believe that justice and morality should be upheld at all costs. Yes. I enjoy working as part of a team and collaborating with others to achieve a goal. I've done that one already. Agree. I'm highly competitive and enjoy pushing myself to be the best. Remember about there. I'm highly adaptable and able to think on my feet in unexpected situations. I mean, I managed for years and that was part of the job. I'm highly disciplined and focused on my approach to life. My ADHD would say no. I believe in the importance of being true to oneself and one's own values. Yes. Strong agree. Oh, 45 questions. I believe that strength and power are the most important qualities a person can possess. We're going to leave it there. I'm comfortable following orders and executing them with precision. Yes. I believe that loyalty and honour are the most important qualities a person can possess. Well, we just been through that one. Maybe there. The importance of community and helping others. 100%. I'm highly mobile and able to adapt to any... I'm not that mobile. I've got a bike and a car. I'm pretty adaptive. I often feel motivated by my emotions and feelings. Maybe there. The importance of defending what is right and just. Yes. I'm comfortable operating in a stealthy and secretive manner. That is not me. Subtlety is not something I have. I'm willing to endure physical discomfort and pain in order to achieve my goals. This is the gym, right? Yeah, fine. I prefer to make decisions based on logic and reason rather than emotion. In the middle. I value loyalty and trust in my relationships with others. Yes, I do. I value loyalty and brotherhood above all else. Yeah, pretty high. I believe that it is important to challenge authority and question the status quo. I did that a lot. I believe that it is important to fight for justice and fairness in all areas of life. Yeah, I think so. I believe that everyone has something valuable to contribute regardless of their background or abilities. Yeah, I would say that's an agree. I believe the following set of rules and principles is the best way to achieve success. I've just talked about that, yes. I believe in the importance of enjoying life and having fun, even if in the midst of difficult circumstances. No, I think there's a time to enjoy yourself, but not all the time. I appreciate beauty and aesthetics in all areas of life. I mean, with a face like mine, no. I am highly adaptable and able to thrive under any condition. Maybe there. Are we ready? Are we ready? Wow, look at that. We got 46% White Scars, 50% Raven Guard, 56% Dark Angels, 60% Blood Angels. I wish that was higher. 63% Fists, 66% Salamanders who I've never had an interest in Iron Hands.
Calling it now. Gnome. Oh wait, wrong game.
66% Iron Hands, never looked those. 60% of Space Wolves, I'll take that. 80% Ultramarines. You're a handsome man. Stop disrespecting yourself. I'm not a handsome man, Matt. I'm okay with that, right? I've got teeth like someone dropped a piano down the stairs. Look at that! 80%'s quite strong, right? There was a lot of questions. Was told I'm a salamander. I just started making Ultramarines army as well. Coincidence? And I reckon I answered all those honestly as well. I actually reckon I answered all those honestly. 80% Smurf. Who knew? If you care, we'll copy. I don't know. Hang on. What I'll do is I'll go back to Elecman. I'll open the link again. Visit site. Oh, it just does. Okay. I'll copy. Copy text. Boop. Boop. I'll pin it here. If you guys want to see it, there you go. 80% generic mean. Good job. Thanks, Escapade. I'm glad I take Salamanders and Wolves. Yeah, Wolves, I'm happy with Wolves being 66%, but Salamanders and Iron Hands being 66%, I'm not so blown away by. Smurfs are cool. If my son didn't nab them for his army, I would have picked them over the Blood Angels. I think normally I'd pick Blood Angels over Smurfs, to be honest with you. And actually, I bought the box when it came out. I've got the fancy codex down by my feet. I've got the box behind me with Astraf and the Martis in it. But we already have 2 Blood Angels players in Joe and Paddy, which, I mean, I know we already have an Ultramarines player in Brom, but at the moment they're not the strongest thing in the world, so he's not playing them. So, doing the test for class on my phone. Well, everyone should do it now and super chat with me what you are. I don't know what your personality is like, but super chat to me what you are, please, people. We're almost halfway to those gifters as well. Is anybody else able to gift? I feel like the way to test is just to gift 50 as a test. That'll force it through. I'm not a salamander. I'm an ultramarine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gutted at all. It's just loyalists though, that one. People said I was a world eater, but they're just loyalists. Space Marine chapter, it's not Legion, it's just loyalist ones. So you're either an Ultramarine, a Blood Angels, a Dark Angels, an Imperial Fist, an Iron Hand, a Salamander, a Raven Guard, a White Scarf, Space Wolves. That was it. It's just loyalist ones. Today at Lightning Creek, thanks for hanging out, dude. I love the colour red and love vampires, but I just don't like Blood Angels. I love Blood Angels, but I like Iron Hands. Must be the Necromancer in me. Iron Hands got kind of ruined for me from that period of time where they were super broken, and then everyone was suddenly an Iron Hands fan. I feel like that's weird in Warhammer, right? How quickly people become a fan of something when suddenly it's got good rules.
Blood Angels, I'll send you me results. Winking face.
Blood Angels. Dark Angel for Brian. Thank you for giving me the quiz as well, by the way, like, man.
80% Smurf. Sorry, we can no longer be friends. Justice for Monarchia.
Look at how much it costs to gift more than one. I can't swing it, so sorry. Yeah, don't worry, Mecca. I'm just trying my luck, mate. Ultramarine 76%, Raven Guard 73%. I feel like I've been diddled. See, I reckon us military men, Gaz, are more likely going to be Ultramarines. Honestly, 93% Salamander, 80% Blood Angel. Guess I'm an art teacher. I'll take it. Fair. I've always been a huge fan of the currently strongest chapter. Facts. Amazing. That's a cool quiz, though. I'm into that kind of stuff. I like that. What chapter are you? Does anyone actually ever use that to make a decision?
Won't open gifted. Crashed. Had to refresh stream.
I don't know. Has anyone ever tried? Has anyone? Right. This is a serious question. I don't want to. It's going to sound like I'm fucking pulling your leg here. Has anyone tried to do it in something like incognito? Because some people are getting it through, and I don't know what's going on. Or have people tried using a different browser? So if you're using Chrome, have you tried logging in via Firefox or Internet Explorer? Because at the moment, there are creators that are opening tickets with YouTube about this problem, and the more information I have, the better. So yeah. So the more information I have, like, oh, everyone who's failing is failing on Internet Explorer, or everyone who's failing is failing on Chrome, or everyone who's failing is, and the more information, the better would be ideal. Also, Gaz !Studio, which does in fact give you the link to PayPal. You can just send me the money direct instead, and then you should just take a cut if you'd rather. We are what, 53 members away, which is a total from the target. Well, actually, we're 113 away because of the lunchtime nonsense as well. If we just say 53, oh, it's like 270 quid away from the target. So we can get that in PayPal, we'll be fine then, right? Tried incognito in the earlier stream, still didn't work. We'll try a different browser. Thanks, Predators. I mean, just see if you can get the box loaded up. You don't have to necessarily gift, right? Because that's... I was able to open the beginning of the interface, Chrome. Okay. Okay, interesting. I can gift fine, and I'm on the mobile YouTube app. Not Apple, though, I hope, Kev, right? Garcy, thank you for the one gifted. It's just whether it's completely random or whether there's a specific thing we can find. You don't have to go through to actual gifting because it just does a spinny wheel, I think, when people try and open it, although I might be wrong. 76% Spaceful, 73% Ultramarines. I'm happy with that. I bet you are. Electman, thank you for the one gifted. You're a legend. 70% Blood Angel, Salamander, and Wolf. All the same. 70% Ultra, Dark Angel, 66% Blood. Jill, you picked the wrong chapter to paint. 86% Raven Guard, 73% Blood Angels. Look at you lot all over the place. Mine worked fine on Android. If 50 of you upgrade to Thane, that would do it. Fuck no, Apple sucks. Apple doesn't suck. The Apple tax sucks. That was on my phone through the app. Electman, I'm assuming you're also Android. Yeah, good, okay. I'm an Apple whore, right? I've got iPhone, Apple Watch, iPad, MacBook, etc., etc. AirPods Pro, the lot. I love Apple products. I'm mad for Apple products. I love things that just work, right? But please, 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 never, never gift on an Apple device. Please don't. Because you pay more than if you gift on any other device, and nobody but Apple sees the money. 93% Space Wolf, 86% Dark Angel Fist. Yeah, that tracks. It makes sense, right? 83% Wolves, White Scars Fists, 8% Dark Angels. I've noticed my VPN hider has been blocking stuff a lot more recently. Interesting. Oprah and Edge, Spinning Wheel of Doom. Interesting. Have you got VPN blockers on? 96% Salamanders, which is my chapter, so yeah, that's cool. I'm into that. That makes you happy, right? When you're like, this is my favourite chapter when it comes through. I was expecting... I think I was more expecting Iron Hands with the way I respond to things than I was Ultramarines. Hey, Louis Fires. How's it going, dude? 90% Raven Guard, 86% Wolf, 80% Imperial Fist, 76% Joint Blood Angels, Dark Angels. 96% Blood Angels and Salamanders, 93% Raven. How does that work? Yeah, it doesn't seem to fit that. Fuck the Apple tax, 100%. As an Apple fanboy, 100%. 83% Blood Angels and 70% perfectly between Ultramarine Salamanders and Dark Angels. How does that work? Your Quizalec, man! 96% Blood Angels. I should have bought the box. Absolutely, you should have done. I was expecting Salamanders or Fists.
90% Salamanders, 76% Raven Guard, 66% Blood Angels, 56% Dark Angels / Space Angels, 60% White Scars, 50% Imperial Fists, 46% Ultramarines / Iron Hands.
Love it, James. Thanks for the $10, dude. Legend. Brave, Oprah GX, and Edge Spinning Wheel for gifts. You'll just have to use Gaz's PayPal link and just send it without the YouTube tax then, right? Lowest was Dark Angels, which I've also collected at one point. I fucking love Dark Angels. The thing is, though, right, to think about it, right, if you think about the logical questions that exist for this particular quiz, they're going to ask you, like, are you happy being secretive and hiding behind people's backs and stuff? And most people, the majority of people are like, no, I'm not. Because people just don't behave that way. And, of course, that's going to be, well, you like secrets, you like the Dark Angels. Fucking hell, God. 90% Smurf, 90% Space Wolf, Galactic Vikings it is. I love it. Right, chat, I need to go get a drink quickly, okay? Because I only bought in my coffee and I forgot to bring my juice. I'm all over the place. On a day when my routine is out, I'm all over the place. I'm going to get myself a drink, You please promise to behave yourself. Of course. I'm going to go before that.
70% discourse, 10% VT Primarch tier, 5% sweet and sour, 15% put up in a Holiday Inn, and 6,500% disappointment. Bargain.
5% sweet and sour is the greatest part of this chat ever.
Big yerp.
Thanks for the 10, Kai. Thanks for the 10, Jay. I'm going to go behave. For literally 2 minutes. Into the kitchen, juice back into the living room. Into the living room, into the office. 2 minutes. Right? Let's get to 50 before I get back. I believe in you. Well, I got 2 more from Electman and Gifted, so that doesn't actually make sense, does it? Because I'm actually on 49 now. I'm sure you can all find a way of making it work before I get back. Cool. You didn't do it, did you? You didn't do it for me. Quick, he's gone, it's getting cancelled. You didn't do it for me, chat. Tim, thank you for the 1 gifted. Up to 50, yes. Alex, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. Alex, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're also a legend. 52. You beautiful motherfuckers. Cornet Ed, thank you for the 10 gifted. It's work. Is it working suddenly? Everyone should be on PayPal, not here. I mean it's better because they don't suffer the 30% tax, right? But I probably would have to pay like fucking VAT on it or something. Thank you so much, Cornet Ed, for the 10 gifted. You're a legend. Up to 60. I can't fix the tracker, Kev. The tracker's buggered on OBS's end for me at the moment. I need to roll out an update, which is 50% Ultramarine, 56% Blood Angel, 50% Dark Angel, 53% Imperial Fist, 46% Iron Hand, 50% Salamander, 43% Raven Guard, 56% White Scar, 52% Space Wolf. Big Bad Peter Game is just like in the middle. He's just like, I'm every Space Marine Legion. Liberty Fires, 86% Imperial Fist. Love it. Mad for it. Thank you so much, Cornet Ed, for the 10 gifted, man. Up to 62. You beautiful human beings. I love you all dearly. You're amazing human beings. You all are amazing human beings. I'm very humbled. Talk about a tourney in the few weeks, and Mr. Alex. Alex, can you? I logged into Facebook on here. Is it going to ask me to press a button on my phone or something? Log in. Alex, can you ping me a link for your tickets for Factorum, please, mate? On Facebook now. Pretty please. This is Alex Cullen, that is, by the way. Fellow Fister. I have a tourney in a few weeks. Haven't read any 40k rules yet. He's 80. Yeah, we'll turn up and wing it. Be fine. Be right. You've watched enough of us, haven't you, to get by? You'll be fine. Oh. There is, if you're local to the Warminster area, and when I say local, I mean within like an hour of the Warminster area, there is a tournament in 2 weekends' time at Factorum, a GT, that my dear friend Alex, who's just gifted another membership, is running, and they need to sell 8 more tickets to stop risking cancelling it, right? So, I'm hoping if you are local to Factorum, we might be able to get enough people to go down and just have a little social weekend. You're playing in a GT, but if the majority of these people are our people, it'll be nice and chill, meet nice people, have fun, relax. Oh, he just sent me links to the ticket. Copy link. I like Factorum. It's a tab file to go for me. Yeah, I don't think you'd come down from Cumbria, Dave. Replace pinned message. Now, I'll confess right now, I almost definitely can't make it down for the weekend. I would probably be able to pop in for half a day to meet people. I almost definitely be able to pop in for half a day to meet people. But I probably can't play for the weekend. It's almost definite I can't make it for the weekend. So I'd likely come down on the late morning Sunday and say hello. 80% Thousand Sons, next closest to 6% Enderman's Children, lowest was 36% Word Bearers. James did the Chaos one. What a hero. I miss going down to Warminster, can't afford it now. Plus you get to meet Warmaster Will and Sanguinary Guard. No, wow, I got to question 22 and you got bored. Guess I'll never know. What do you mean got bored? You can still finish your thing, Carl. I'll put the link for the testing thing in the... If we copy this... I want to keep the chapter test. I'm actually going to put it in the video description. Which chapter are you? There you go. Nope, brain said no. Is there a chaos one? Should we see if we can find a chaos one? Let's go. Tests. Oh, there's loads on here. Can you search? Search. Warhammer. Chaos Powers test. Chat, there's more. Should we do more? Space Marine chapter test. Chaos Space Marine chapter test. Should we do more? You into this? Is this fun? I feel like this is fun. Oh, hang on. Oh, 1-1 Saints Everton. I am drawn to fear and terror of tools of control. Yeah, probably a little bit. Not a lot. I find solace in the order and efficiency of machines and often feel disconnected from the messiness of biological... What the fuck? This one's already weirder. I am willing to betray or manipulate others for personal gain. No. I believe in spreading my beliefs to others and converting them. A little bit. A little bit word barriers there. I am fascinated by ancient mysteries and secrets. A little bit, yeah. A little bit thousands there. I am drawn to violence and chaos. A little bit, yeah. I am willing to endure suffering and hardship for my beliefs. Yeah, I would agree with that one. I'm willing to adapt and change my allegiance as needed. No. I don't do that. I find meaning and fulfillment in serving a higher power. No. Not very chaos for me, is it, this at the moment? I prefer taking direct and aggressive action in confrontations. Strong agree. I have pragmatic and practical approach to life. I think so. Kinda. I find release and satisfaction in conflict. Neither here nor there. It depends. Sometimes yes, sometimes maybe yes, sometimes maybe no. I see the decay and corruption of the world and embrace it. No, I don't. I reject it. I find beauty in darkness and decay. No. I am deeply committed to my faith or ideology. No.
Love you, Liam.
Hey, don't love me yet, Alex. I haven't sold you any tickets yet, mate. Just try and get people down to Factorum, right? To go and support Alex because he's a legend and he's running his own events now. And he needs 8 more people to go. I'll put it in Discord. Nudge me tomorrow, Alex, as well. I'll put it in Discord. I've done a couple of announcements today in Discord, so do it tomorrow. Nudge me tomorrow. I'll put it in Discord for everyone to see as well. I have a strong sense of purpose and destiny. Maybe 10% yes. Yeah, okay. I feel a strong connection to chaos as a force of change. No. No. I'm not a very chaos person for a person who's played chaos forever, right? I have a short temper and can easily lose control. I mean, yes. Actually, yes. I value resilience and endurance above all else. No. I am willing to break rules or laws to get what I want. I don't think so, chat. I am willing to embrace sacrifice and risk for the thrill. No. I'm willing to challenge established norms and beliefs. Yes, I do that. I enjoy playing mind games and outsmarting my opponents. I'm willing to make tough decisions and take drastic measures in order to achieve my goals. Yes. We do that. I enjoy causing chaos and panic in others. A little bit. It's fun, isn't it? For another 45 questions, chat. Jesus. I believe in the power of magic and other arcane arts. Complete bollocks. I am drawn to hedonistic and extravagant experiences. No. I believe in the pursuit of perfection and unique self-expression. A little bit. I am willing to take risks and push boundaries for new experiences. Yes. I'm willing to use psychological warfare to achieve my goals. Maybe about there. I believe in using any means necessary to achieve my goals. No. I am driven by a desire for revenge against those who have wronged me. Luce is like, that's me. I'm closer there, I guess. Maybe there. I believe that technology is the key to unlocking humanity's true potential and should be embraced without hesitation. No. Technology is dangerous. I love tech, right? I do. I love tech, but it's also dangerous, right? I believe that change is inevitable and must be embraced. Yeah, it is. Change is inevitable, must be embraced. I seek pleasure and indulgence in many aspects of life. Yes. I am drawn to deception and manipulation as a means to an end. No. Don't like those people. I believe in striking fear into the hearts of my enemies. Fucking hell. It's the which Chaos Space Marine chapter test, are you? No. I like to strike fear in the heart of Joe every now and again, but... Are you staying here now? Do you want to put your microphone in place so you can also talk? Oh no, if you've got scissors out, there's not a chance. In fact, I might throw you out the room. I see the world as a complex web of hidden agendas and schemes. I'm joking, you can stay there. Yeah, I was only just, she started fucking packing up straight away. I am highly attuned to unusual aesthetics. No, I'm not. No, I'm willing to use religious fervor and zealotry to achieve my aims. No, not at all. Not even slightly religious. I believe in the power of secrecy and subterfuge. No. I value power and dominance over others. A little bit. I would welcome the opportunity to have various technical or cybernetic augmentations inserted into my body. Not really, no. I have a dark and twisted sense of humor. Yes, I do. I am drawn to the pursuit of knowledge and understanding. A little bit. Finish, chat. What do you reckon? %26% Alpha Legion, 30% Black Legion, 33% Death Guard, 36% Word Bearers, 46% Emperor's Children, 50% Iron Warriors, 56% Thousand Sons and Night Lords, 70% World Eaters. No. Oh, you have moved your microphone. No, it's not supposed to add up to 100%, Luce. That's not how it works.
Oh, I thought those numbers don't add up to 100. I've really hurt my back.
Have you?
I can't.
Sitting on the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. When did that happen? When did it begin to hurt to sit on the floor and craft?
So in the Chaos Space Marine chapter test, we got World Eaters. In the Loyalist test, we got Ultramarines. Let's see what other Warhammer ones are. This is fun. I'm having fun right now. Oh. Chaos Powers test. Oh, this, that sounds dull. Oh, is that it? That's all we've got, really. That's the good ones. Four Gods is kind of a bit meh. Are you a heretic in the Emperor's eyes? Space Marine Primarch test. Which Primarch are you? Nah, I don't know. I don't feel. I now feel like the rest of these aren't very fun. I feel like we've done the 2 good ones already. What craft world? Is there a craft world one? There isn't a craft world one, I'm afraid. There's no craft world one, Mr. The Eston. Ultramarines and Wild Eaters. I feel vindicated. Into it. Have a go at the Chaos ones, chat. Let me know what you get. I'm not a word bearer, thank you. I would, but I haven't played a game of 10th. Who cares? Primarch tests are very similar to chapter ones. Okay. Is there a run for regiment you'd be in the Imperial Guard? No, I don't feel like. I feel like we could probably. I don't know who makes them. I feel like we could make those. But no, the only ones is really Space Marines. It's all Chaos or Loyalist, Chapter or Primarch or which God. I think the God one's very easy for me, to be honest with you. Got Perturabo for Chaos Primarch. Mortarion was second. What legend? Gifting's broken on YouTube.
Oh no.
The majority of people can't gift.
Oh.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Well.
It's stinging us a little bit right now.
That's okay.
But it is what it is, chat, right? It happens. It's not just us, though. It's across YouTube. Some of the bigger YouTubers that I was watching were reporting it earlier on Twitch. Not Twitch, on Twitter.
I was gonna say, we're not going on Twitch.
No. I don't know why we'd report YouTube not working on Twitch.
Bitching on Twitch.
Twitching, bitching?
Twitching, bitching.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? What are you doing?
I'm trying to make a weave.
With toilet rolls?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you not missing like a bit there? Is it quite an open weave?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like a close knit, like literally like that.
No.
Okay. Okay. Wargunner wants a membership, chat. Corn next. Yeah, absolutely. We were talking earlier about the weirdest things in Warhammer.
Ooh, weirdest things in Warhammer.
Yeah, because so in the game Space Marine 2. Some people that don't know Warhammer have stumbled across some things that we all take for granted.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Ooh,
and they've gone, that's weird. So one of them is a cherub, right? And a cherub in Warhammer is a baby that, there's no nice way of putting it, but doesn't typically survive the birth. And then they implant it and they give it like a bionic eye and they give it wings. It does little jobs. It flies around as what was a dead baby doing little jobs. Right.
That sounds absolutely harrowing.
It's very Warhammer. So, but we have accepted cherubs for ages, right? So there's certain factions, like the Sisters of Battle, for example, that have models of these things, right? And so one of them's got Imperium cherubs, where this little cherub will follow you around carrying ammo, and then you use the cherub to do a thing on the tabletop, and then you just get rid of the model. That cherub's done now. It's done its job. It's gone. It's done its job. It's give you the ammo or whatever. It's done. It's a very real thing.
Like a postman.
If a postman was a dead baby, yeah, like a postman. It's very real, right? And you get like servo skulls or like floating skulls with lenses for eyes that float around doing things, and then you've got like servitors. So like basically when like certain, for example, certain people go to join Space Marine chapters, if they fail the like entrance exam, basically they get lobotomized and turned into a servitor, and they go proper head dumb, like. There's no so that's a thing that exists as well. So servitors are like humans that are no longer humans. They're basically fully lobotomized humans. They don't think for themselves anymore. Fused with machine, do tasks because you're a servitor now. And for people that know Warhammer lore and narrative, you hear cherub, you hear servitor, you hear servo skull. You just kind of accept it. Like, cool, that's the thing. Because we're used to it.
The assigned career day in the Warhammer verse sounds grim.
But
I would try the chaos test but already ruined my day getting Raven Guard and got sad. So in case I get the word bearers, I will just accept my fate and go paint my nails black, wear a trench coat and listen to Chemical Romance.
Oh, yes, and thank you for the 20. What a great fucking super chat. My Chemical Romance. Boy. So
do you know, for ages, I thought Panic at the Disco and Oh my god, they sang Immortal for Big Hero 6. Anyone know that one? I
Yes.
thought those two bands, they were both
No.
Panic at the Disco.
Good Charlotte.
No. Is it Fallout Boy? Is it Fallout Boy that sang Immortal?
I don't remember.
I thought those two bands, that was Panic
Alexa?
at the Disco.
Who sang the song Immortal?
No, she'll say. I knew she'll say Evanescence.
Not my Immortal, you fucking
Say
stupid.
who sang Immortal from Big Hero 6.
Fallout Boy. Let's say Fallout Boy.
Yeah, so I thought Fallout Boy and Panic at the Disco, that whole thing was Panic at the Disco.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact.
They're very similar.
They are.
But yeah, so we were talking about weird things in Warhammer, right? Because those things are, to us, they're completely normal. But when someone comes across Warhammer for the first time and goes, "What's that?" You're like, "It's a cherub." "What's a cherub?" And they Google it like, "What?
It does.
What is that?"
Hearing it objectively, I'm going, what? How? Why? Why?
Yeah. So, and we're like, "What do you mean it's weird?" Because we've been so used to it for so long, right?
Somebody in Warhammer needs a hug.
So, but what was funny was I was like, "What's the weirdest thing in Warhammer?" And they went off on all kinds of tangents about people, opponents, the attitude towards the game. It's been really interesting tonight, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars. My lowest was Wordbearer, so I'll take it. Yes, by the way, thanks for the $20. That was an incredible super chat. A fan of that. Absolute fan of that. Weirdest thing in Warhammer. Stefan, thank you for the one gifted. Probably what I can do, I'm afraid. You're a legend. Thank you so much for the one gifted, man. We're up to 63. It's only working for some people. It's broken for most. But thank you so much, dude. What a hero. Yeah, assigned careers in 40k are awful. Whole generations of families who are responsible for sweeping floor 36 and have block 97. I sweep the floors, just like my father and his father before that. Yeah, it's absolutely. There was
so you
a
inherit the work then?
I think it's Blood Angel. Is it Blood Angel's novel? Is it Devastation of Baal?
Yes.
Is it Devastation of Baal? I think it's
Yeah.
Devastation of Baal, where it starts off and there's a father and son combo on a world doing whatever the job is that they're doing. It's not particularly nice. And his son's like, he's been like full lobotomized because he went to be a space marine and he failed. So dad now hates the space marines because they've essentially ruined his son. He was fast, fit, healthy, intelligent. But he wasn't quite fast, fit, healthy, and intelligent enough for the space marines. So after they'd let him in and done a load of trials, well, they then have to make sure he doesn't remember all their secrets. Lobotomize.
Oh.
He's now not all there. And his dad hates the fact that he's got this waster of a son now.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite interesting.
I'd have some proper hate if that was. I'm surprised they're allowed to feel that personally.
Who?
Anyone, anything in Warhammer. It all seems so.
When you
service.
if you take your eyes away from the wider, there's space marines fighting monsters or orcs or whatever, and you look at some of the narration and the writing around the Warhammer 40k universe, it's a fucking grim place.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful.
What would the parallel universe? What would the opposite of Warhammer be? How unbearable would that
Fucking
be?
My Little Pony land, wouldn't it?
I know that. I think that would be another
in
kind
pink.
of hell.
Yeah.
It would be.
Ugh.
You're not allowed to lose your temper.
I'm listening to
Oh no.
I'm listening to a 40k. I've started listening to a 40k novel recently called The Avenging Sun, which is about Roberto Guilliman and the Ultramarines. And I'm in like chapter 4 or 5 now. Is what I was listening to on my angry walk earlier. What's interesting about that one is there's lots of narrative about that, about the bureaucracy of the Imperium in the 41st millennium. So we're in the 41st millennium, right?
What's bureaucracy?
Like paperwork and admin and rules and.
So it's nothing to do with democracy.
Sort of. I'm not explaining it very well. I don't know how to explain words. I just know what the words are. But basically, it's where
There's so much assumed knowledge in this marriage chat. It's ridiculous.
So basically, like, there's this bit where there's this like adept whose job, as part of the Adeptus Administratum, whose job is they get given things and they have a look at this thing and they decide whether they're going to respond to essentially cries for help or not, and then and what have you. And then and it talks about how it goes through this step and this step and this step, and it goes through these checks and these checks. It gets passed by this department and this department and this department before it gets to his desk. There's bureaucracy, right? Paperwork and forms and permissions and risk assessments and all that kind of stuff. and he reads this, and it's about people that have reported that there's alien pirates, which will be like Drakari or Eldar, that are attacking their world, and there's more translocating into system and blah 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 blah, and it's going to the point where it's system-wide threat. And he reads it, and he's like, this was sent 50 years ago, because it's how long it takes to get through the system.
I just thought that.
So it's like, this was 50 years ago. It's too late. Red stamp, go away. Leave them to it. And it was like, that's where we're going. That's the world we're moving into.
Has anybody thought this system isn't working? It's taking too long. We need to overhaul the system.
Yeah. Well, Guilliman's trying.
Friendship is magic, and magic is heresy.
Thanks for the 2 for Radio Arm again. You're a legend. Yeah, Guilliman came in and like sacked a whole bunch of High Lords of Terror and stuff like that. Started changing things. But yeah, it was.
So Guilliman's trying to. He's not succeeding.
Well, he's doing it, but it's a fucking. The Imperium isn't just like it's not like this country with 100 twats in fucking Westminster. It's like they're managing not a country, a galaxy. The Imperium is galaxy spanning. Like Guilliman himself looks after 500 worlds with the Ultramarines.
So why is it just them then? Why aren't they delegating some of the help?
Well, they kind of do, but this is the problem: is when you delegate, when you have a thing that controls everything. The Emperor sits at the top of the whole of mankind and the Imperium, right? Yeah. And then something happens on a world where they pass it up. As with everything that has a chain of command, some things are like, we have to pass it up the chain of command. We have to pass it up. We have to pass it up. And they'll pass it up and up and up and up and up and up till it gets to a level where someone goes, too late now, it's 50 years ago. Taking too late to get it. Because you also have to remember that message has to travel between systems and planets. So it's not like, off you go, carrier pigeon.
Yeah, but if the guy that the message needs to get to seems very unemotional about it, did it need to go to his desk? Could it not have been handled?
Well, that's the problem with bureaucracy.
Down?
Exactly, that's the problem with bureaucracy. Because people don't like to give away control, and they want to be the people that apply the stamp or the signature. And I'm now applying this to a wider meaning rather than just the 41st one specifically. Coordinate Ed says bureaucracy is an administrative procedure. People love procedures. And then people have procedures to manage procedures. And this is something that whenever I've gone into a business, I'm like, do we need that procedure? That seems like we're just adding paperwork for the fucking sake of it. There's got to be an easier way of doing this.
Doesn't the Emperor have a PA or somebody?
Doesn't the Emperor have a PA?
Someone that can be like, no, Fred, we've told you time and time again that is nonsense.
Doesn't the Emperor
Get it away from my desk.
have a PA? You heard it here first, chat. Because if one man at the top can't solve looking after fucking galaxy-spanning empires, 2 men will do it.
No, I'm just saying, does he not have somebody that can be like, I'm not asking him that. That's nonsensical. It's not, the line ends here. I'm not asking him that. Go away.
That doesn't solve the problem. There's just one step you've removed.
But if you send it back enough, then Fred will eventually go, I'm not sending it in there because it never gets answered. I'll sort it. And there you go. You have delegated.
Yeah, but it doesn't fix the fucking problem. Adding one person in.
No, it
doesn't.
It shortens
No, it doesn't. It
how
doesn't.
long it takes.
It doesn't shorten it. Because at the moment it goes from step A to the Emperor. And you're saying go from step A to his PA. It hasn't shortened it.
Yes,
You've
it has.
added a step in.
Or half a step.
No, you've added a step in. You've made it worse. You've just made it worse.
The Emperor is one whole step. The PA is half a step.
That's
so
not
we've
how it
shortened
works.
it by 0.5.
But it
of
still
the
has
step.
to go from point A up to the next person, whether that's the Emperor or his PA, Luce. You've not solved the problem.
The PA just turns
This is why
people
you're not in
around.
charge of businesses.
Just turn it around. No, Fred, back to your desk. I'm not putting that in there. Go back to your desk and you sort it out.
This is why Space Marines have autonomy. Yeah, exactly. Fucking hell. Oh, brilliant. The bureaucracy is expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy. Exactly that. Exactly that, Yeston.
So
Nailed it.
it's a problem running under its own momentum now.
Can we get loose writing 40k lore? This is great.
Thank you for the 2.
What could should we call the
Jesus
Emperor's
fucking
PA?
Christ.
We have to
No,
call
Fred! Who's called Fred?
We'd have to
Unbelievable.
call her something like Babs or something.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry, chat. I'm
And
sorry.
She'd have a beehive hairdo.
Oh,
And
Jesus
you wouldn't want to
Christ.
cross Babs on wages day.
Best
Don't
method
piss
of
her
communication in 40k for speed is astro-telepathy, magic Pictionary. Unfortunately, you have to be a psycho wizard to have received the message, and it might blow up your brain. Yeah. That's weird as well, isn't it? Don't the astro-telepathica like have their eyes removed as well? I think I'm sure they have that because they basically send and receive messages by a psychic telepathy. So I think they have their eyes removed, so their psychic clarity is clearer because their brain isn't muddied by what their eyes see or something like that.
Oh.
Which is interesting. Oh my Jesus Christ!
Do you feel better now?
Oh, this is why I need you in here. We're all talking about serious 40k lore, and you're like, doesn't the Emperor have a PA? Fuck. Jesus Christ.
You need a PA. You need a good PA.
Oh, my Lord. And the logic of, we're going to remove a step by adding in a step. That's very bureaucratic of you as well, Luce.
Oh, maybe that's my political tilt then. We need more paperwork.
Behave haircut, Imperial PA lady is also a 10 out of 10. The power burns out their eyes. Oh, interesting.
Oh.
There you go. Oh, if that isn't worth gifted fucking memberships, chat, I don't know what is. Whether it's broken or not, right? Force it through. Adrian, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Adrian! Up to 64. You brighten my day, you do.
You're welcome.
Honestly, thank you so much, Adrian, for the 1 gifted. Absolute hero. Absolute hero. Malcador was the right-hand man of the Emperor and assigned to be the first Grand Master of the Grey Knights. Yeah, Malcador was kind of his PA, I guess, but...
Well, if there's remembrances that it's their job to just document,
Yeah.
then a PA doesn't sound that silly. A PA, then, actually does more than the remembrancer.
No, right, so... In principle, a PA to anybody doesn't sound that silly, Luce. That's why the job exists, because it's not that silly.
See, they had to make up a job.
But having a
remembrancer.
singular PA to the Emperor of Man...
All right, 2 PAs.
Who sits at the top of the Golden Throne, who's also immobile.
Definitely needs a PA then.
Adrian, thank you for 1 more gifted. Mordy Hammer, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Yes. 70. We've only got 90 to go to catch up from this morning. And that disaster. The process of gaining protection from the Emperor to better allow for not having your brain explode burns out an astropath's eyes. I fucking love how grimdark the 40k universe is. The Astronomicon, which is a psychic beacon in galaxy, so that ships that are flying can use it to navigate.
Oh, like a lighthouse.
Essentially like a space lighthouse.
Okay.
Is fueled by psychers. They sacrifice 1,000 a day. They kill 1,000 a day to keep the Astronomicon alive as a beacon.
Is it powered by psychic?
Power, yeah, essentially.
Sorry, the Emperor isn't available right now. Call back in 10,000 years.
Gladrick, thank you for the 5, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Babs would never get annual leave.
Because the 1,000 psychers power the Golden Throne, which is what the Emperor sat on. The Emperor sat on the Golden Throne, and he can't come off the Golden Throne, supposedly, because if he comes off the Golden Throne, chaos will tear through real space and invade Terra.
So he's immobile not because he's been injured in battle and has, like, I don't know, lost
Well, he
his
was
legs or something, but...
He was mortally wounded, I think, yeah. He was mortally wounded, and they've sat him on the Golden Throne, and that apparently keeps him alive. The throne keeps him alive. It's like
Right.
life support, essentially.
Okay.
But also blocks the
So how does are people allowed to go and see him on the throne?
like a fucking tourist attraction.
Well, how does he communicate?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of red rope around the edge. How does he communicate?
Yeah, if he can't get off the throne
Well,
to go and
so
like...
I think Guilliman went in to see him when he was brought back to life.
Did Babs let him in?
Yeah, I think Guilliman apparently has gone in to talk to him, I think, when he came back to life. When they
Is that in the
resurrected
big,
Guilliman.
like, glass house thing? in book 1, Horus Rising, there's this huge. It sounds like a greenhouse.
No. In Horus Rising, that's not the actual. It's not Terror. When they kill the Emperor, they're not killing the Emperor.
Oh, I don't think I got that far.
Well, you read book 1, didn't you?
Not all of it. Some of it, and then it got very wordy. Words like remembrancer.
Oh,
it goes against the grain of speaking the English language for however many years, and then you're having to what word is this?
He can't
What
come
is
off the
this now?
golden throne because there's no golden toilet paper.
No, well, this is it. This is it. Does he have to sit on the throne with one foot on the door because the lock's broken?
No.
No.
It's not a fucking public toilet in Southampton, no.
There's some great phone numbers in those toilets.
So yes,
you know,
when Guilliman, who Fulgrim slit his throat, and when Guilliman was brought back to life,
by
Belisarius Cool.
Okay, are they on the same team?
Yes.
Okay.
Kinda, yeah, mostly.
Okay.
When he brought him back to life, he apparently went in and had a word with his dad, with the Emperor, because Guilliman's a Primarch, so the Emperor's his dad, but it's not his dad, because the Emperor didn't give birth to. Well, obviously he didn't give birth, but it's not. But he grew the Primarchs, but they called him father, despite the fact he's not actually their father.
Okay.
Because he didn't birth them.
So
they were grown. The Primarchs were grown.
Guilliman got brought back to life, and then he went.
Go for a chin wag, me old man.
Okay.
On a toilet.
Okay.
Yeah. Booked it with his PA.
Yeah, booked it in with Babs. You gotta book it in.
Yeah.
Don't you think just anyone can go in there? They can't.
And I believe he went in for a chin wag.
Okay.
Which I don't know how that happened because the Emperor doesn't speak.
Did Guilliman speak to the people powering the throne?
And then what?
You know,
I don't know.
People powering the throne.
They probably spoke.
That's the people that you want to talk to. It's a bit like when you're getting your internet put in.
Probably
You want to speak to the guy that's fitting your internet, not the guy on the phone.
Yeah, can I have
That's
internet?
the guy.
Can I have internet too? Yeah. Can I? I'd rather not sacrifice. I'd rather not sacrifice 1,000 cycles a day. Can I just do 100?
Yeah.
It's much cheaper.
It's fine. See, you're already here,
Yeah.
and the tools are
In
here.
the 41st minute, talking to the cable guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This is it.
Yeah. Don't forget all the details, all the law. There's so much law, and it changes as well. I'm probably saying things that aren't right anymore because the law changes, and I don't keep up with the narrative so much. Because Games Workshop changed the law to suit what they want to release as models. So Guilliman as a Primarch was he got to Terra after the battle happened, where the Emperor was mortally wounded and Sanguinius was killed and Horus got killed by the Emperor. Blah blah blah. Right, which is not spoilers for the end of the death because everyone knows that's what happened. Guilliman got there a bit late, right? Missed his train. He and then he got his throat cut by Fulgrim, and Guilliman was dead. But they took him back. I think they took him back to Macragge, and they kept him in stasis.
What's Macragge?
It's the homeworld of the Ultramarines.
Okay.
The Macragge system is the central point of the 500 worlds, which Guilliman ruled. He was fighting in the 500 worlds when the Battle for Terra was going on, which is why he was late to the Battle for Terra after the Emperor and Horus had their little fisticuffs, right?
Okay.
Anyway, he got his throat cut by Fulgrim. I believe they kept him in stasis in Macragge. And then, after they kept him in stasis in Macragge, that was it. He was dead.
Every day 6,500 boxes are sacrificed to the Golden Throne while Discourse the female Custodes looks on while predicting the end of Warhammer and picking hairs out of the mole on her massive chin.
That sounded very personal.
Yeah. Kai's got the bit between his teeth tonight, so we're just letting him have his moment whilst he keeps paying.
Bad mood.
I wouldn't say bad mood. I think he's in a good mood on the whole. But yeah, thank you for the 10, Kai.
Well, that couldn't possibly be about me because I don't have
Chat with
hair on my
30 members of Target, by the way. Off of Target, right? So yeah, and the narrative was that Guilliman was dead. That's what happened. Right, he was dead. He was in stasis. They kept him because he's their Primarch. He's their Gene Father.
Right, but
he's dead.
He's dead.
Right,
Okay.
essentially. And then Games Workshop decided they wanted to release a model of him. They wanted to bring him back to 40k because the Primarchs were only fighting. Primarchs only existed as models and playable characters in Warhammer 30k in Horus Heresy. And then they were like, well, we want to bring Primarchs back to 40k because they probably make us a lot of money. Because if we can sell people Primarchs, the ultimate hero hammer in Warhammer 40k, probably sell a lot of them. We probably make a lot of money, which is true. And they brought back, at that point, Magnus and Mortarion, who were the demon Primarchs of the Death Guard and the Thousand Sons. Now, they weren't dead. They'd never died. They were out in the warp and doing their thing after the heresy finished and everyone dispersed. So bringing them back as big demon Primarch beasts wasn't too abstract as a lore progression. But it got to a point where it's like, we need to do something for the good guys because they don't have any big fucking fighty Primarchs. So they brought Guilliman back to life.
Oh, okay.
And they told this whole story about how essentially he'd been brought back to life, and he's got a suit of armor that he wears, which he can't take off because the suit of armor is keeping him alive. So he sleeps standing up.
Like the throne.
Kind of like the throne, yeah. So it's similar technology, I guess. But he sleeps standing up.
Do the same people that power the throne power the suit?
No, the suit's worn by a man. That would be weird if you had 1,000 psychers behind him a day dying. I don't know how the suit.
So it'd be weird if people died for the sake of a suit, but it's not weird that people die for the sake of a chair.
Yeah, because the chair's not going anywhere.
Right.
So you sacrifice the people in the same place, right? And
Right,
you know you're
okay.
only going to make a mess over there, right?
Right.
And then Babs
more
has,
work for Babs.
Babs has to get
All
the cleaner
right.
in.
I hope she's getting paid well.
So the suit sustains, right? So he can't take the suit off to the point where this is part of the narrative of we've brought him back to life. He can't take the suit off. There's a part of the book where he sleeps standing up, and they basically attach the armor to a rig so he doesn't fall over, and he sleeps standing up in his suit, literally, because he can't take it off.
Okay.
Right. So
What if he has like a faulty bit on his suit?
he goes to the garage, doesn't he?
Oh, okay.
Goes quick fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do change the law a lot because Guilliman was dead and now he's not dead.
Okay.
So the lion was dead, but the lion's now got a model.
Guilliman is a good guy,
Yes.
and the Emperor is a good guy.
Well, I say yes. Here's another weird thing about Warhammer, and I'm going to make a statement now, which will upset some people, right? There is no good guys in Warhammer 40k. The good
So
guy.
how do you know what side you're on?
The good guy is the faction that you pick. Because they've written a narrative whereby whichever faction you pick to support or play or get invested in has a narrative that they're trying to tell you that could be a compelling story. Even Chaos, who are depicted as the most evil things in the galaxy, who go around slaughtering and murdering, when you listen to their story about how the Emperor lied to us and didn't tell us the truth, it is possible that you can feel some sympathy behind their cause. 100%.
Okay.
If you're that way inclined. The Imperium is kind of the quintessential good guy. They're humanity fighting for survival. But if you listen to how the Imperium works and operates, if you listen to the simple fact, they'll sacrifice 1,000 people a day, 1,000 psychers, and psychers are rarer than normal people. They sacrifice 1,000 a day to keep the Astronomy alive. You're like, that sounds pretty awful. The fact they'll lobotomize people who fail Space Marine aspirant training is awful. The fact that they'll take stillborn babies and turn them into cherubs is awful.
I want to circle back round to the people that do the training for Space Marine ship.
Yeah.
Do they know they're going to get lobotomized if they fail?
Probably yes.
And they still do it?
Well, because I think, but no one, there isn't a person who goes to the 100-meter sprint at the Olympics and says, "I got no fucking chance of winning. I might as well go." Everyone goes thinking, "I've got a chance of winning."
yeah,
this.
but there's no risk of lobotomy
Right, granted.
if you lose the race.
All right, so let's go away from the 100-meter sprint. Let's talk about climbing Mount Everest. Every single person that attempts to climb Mount Everest in their head is going, "I can climb this." And how many deaths are there on Everest? A lot. A lot of people die on Mount Everest because they fail the climb or they fall. But everybody who starts it, no one starts it going, "I'll probably die." Everyone who starts Everest thinks, "I can climb this."
Yeah, that's a very interesting comparison you've used there. Because of how small the number is of people that successfully climb Everest, you'd expect a very small number of people who think they can successfully climb Everest.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of Space Marines there are, then you'd probably think, look how many there is, it must be easy to do it.
Well, there isn't that many, though, is there?
There's
So a
more
chapter-
Marines than Space Everest, than Mount Everest. That sounds like a great theme park. Space Everest.
So a chapter is made of 10 companies, okay? Each company is 100 warriors strong, right? Plus ancillaries. So what's 10 times 100?
1,000.
So you're looking at somewhere in the region of 12 to 1,300 warriors in total for a full Space Marine chapter, right? Because
Okay.
10 companies of 100 is your 1,000. And then you've got your chapter hierarchy, your reclusiarchy, your librarius, your apothecarian, etc. So you're looking at probably like 12 to 1,300 people in a Space Marine chapter. Yeah, there's lots and lots of chapters. But is 1,300 people a lot when you're running an empire that is galaxy spanning? Is 1,200-1,300 people a lot? When you like, so the Ultramarines as a chapter probably also have the most sub-chapters. They have the most like second, third founding chapters, to be fair. But the Ultramarines as a chapter, 1,300 people, for example, at full strength, they themselves look after the 500 worlds. 100 worlds. Think about how many people are on one world. If you think about how many people are in the country, 66 million people in the UK, 1,300 people out of 66 million is not a lot.
No.
So there's not that many Space Marines. Space Marines narratively in the galaxy are incredibly rare to see.
But then if you visualize it as a clump of people versus a couple of people, it still looks like it's fairly easy, because look how many people have become a Space Marine. I can do it. But then only the couple of people that have successfully climbed Everest.
Yeah, I
think
guess.
that would be in itself I don't know, only, for example, 5 people have been able to do it. I don't know if I'm that top percent that can do it.
So Gaz says 23 named successor chapters for the Ultramarines, which means including the Ultramarines, you've got 24 chapters in total, right? Let's assume 1,500 people when there's 10 companies of 100 warriors. Let's say 1,500. Let's be super conservative. So 24 times 1,500.
Why are you looking at me with these numbers?
It's 36,000, right?
Arsehole.
So that fills a medium-sized football stadium in a country of 66 million people. So I'm saying Space Marines are rare. Space Marines are very rare.
If I saw a full, well, even half a football stadium, I'd still say that's a lot of people.
And the other thing you have to think about these aspirants, right, where we can draw a comparison to Everest, which is completely different. People that climb Everest highly likely have got pretty decent lives at home. And you could argue, why do you want to go and risk your life?
Yeah.
Your life's comfortable. You've got a family. Why would you want to go and risk your life to climb Everest? People that typically want to go and be Space Marines probably have a pretty shit life because they live in the Imperium.
Yeah.
Life's shit. So my life's awful. I'm living off gruel and contaminated water because that's all we can afford. Yeah. At least if I'm a lobotomized, I won't know what I'm doing anymore. So, or I could become one of the greatest fighting warriors the galaxy's ever seen by being a Space Marine.
What use are they once they've been lobotomized?
Yeah, menial labour. It's no different to me having a Joe, is it?
Kind of essential then, because if they failed Space Marine camp, what? And if they were just killed off, would there still be a need for the low level labour?
I mean,
or are they just doing busy work?
There's always a need for low level labour. Every single person, like, I've never understood businesses who treat their bottom rank and file workers like shit.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have those workers, your business doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So whenever I've been in any kind of management position, I have treated the lowest rank of person in the business with respect and given them time, because without them, my business doesn't work.
I was halfway up Everest when this guy jumps out from behind a rock and said, if you give me £6,500 I'll snort up all this white stuff and you can get to the summit and eat your Chinese. Bargain.
This face is worth it alone, to be fair. Thank you so much, Kai, for 10 more. We've still got 30 members to go, chat. If 6 of you gift 5, the 6 of you that can, we hit target.
I don't understand if they failed Space Marine camp, why wouldn't you just kill them off? Because they do know the secrets, and the low level labour work sounds like it could be delegated off to other people.
Why kill them off if you could just lobotomise them and let them go and do farm work?
Because surely they're a strain on society still.
Well, they're not a strain on society at that point. They're a strain on the parent they return to.
That becomes the strain.
Not really. It's
Wider
not like
spread.
It's not like the UK right now, Luce. It's like, oh, you've stopped working, have more benefits than you were earning when you were working. It's not like the UK right now.
It's not making sense to me for an organisation that sounds fairly tight-shipped run.
It's not tight-shipped running at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, no.
Okay, it sounded like organised chaos, at least.
No. And the thing is, people that go in to be servitors or the lobotomized lunatics that used to be, like, they don't have long lives either. The turnover of human life in the 41st millennium is high, unless you find yourself in specific positions of power, whereby often there can be augmetics or drugs available to you that can prolong your life. And those augmetics, they come at a cost, obviously.
Who makes those?
Hey?
Who makes those?
The Mechanicum.
Okay. And they're not a good or bad guy.
The Adeptus Mechanicus are, although there is the Dark Mechanicum, the Adeptus Mechanicus are good guys. They work for work alongside, not for, they work alongside the Imperium. They're part of the wider Imperium. There's a treaty between Terra and Mars. So Mars is the home of the Adeptus Mechanicum and Terra is the home of humanity. There's a treaty between the two whereby they work together.
Are real planets mentioned in Warhammer?
Well, Mars, yeah.
Just Mars.
And Terra is Earth.
Has
but it's not
anybody
Earth.
managed to get on Jupiter then?
Luce, this galaxy spanning woman. What
In
do you
our
think?
galaxy, has anybody
Fuck.
managed to get on Jupiter? I'm very interested.
So the Mechanicus are on Mars, and the Imperium are on Terra, and there's a treaty between them. The Emperor of mankind, who is not a god supposedly, is in the Imperium worshipped as the God Emperor of mankind, despite the fact that he released rules that said, "Do not worship me as a god." They now worship him as a god because he's on his throne and he doesn't talk anymore because he's on his little chair. He can't say anything about that. When Guilliman was brought back, he was very uncomfortable with the fact that he was revered as a god figure.
So he
and-
doesn't talk.
No, and there was the Imperial cult, and they've built a whole religion around it, and then you've got the sisters, they're very zealotry religious about the Emperor as the god of mankind. And a lot of people say when they die, they're going to sit by the Emperor's side. So in modern day world, think Emperor is God, and when you die, you go to a version of heaven whereby you sit by the Emperor's side. The Mechanicum also see him as a god, but they see him as the machine god, the god of machines, because the Mechanicum are all about everything mechanical. It's quite often to find an Admech tech priest or Magos who is from the neck down machine and it's only human head. And even then
I'm
they'll
just
have
gonna
bionic eyes.
Circle back to the fact you can't.
The Mechanicum is the UK scientists. Smiley face.
No, it can't be, Adrian, because the Mechanicum have success.
So he can't talk, and he can't move.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Kind of, or actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can't talk as in like that, but he can telepathically communicate.
Can he do telekinesis?
Kyle.
What?
It's from Tenacious D. That's telekinesis, Kyle. Is a line from a Tenacious D song.
Yeah, I know Jack Black and.
Oh wow.
So the Emperor can't talk physically, but he can talk telepathically. He can't get off his throne, but maybe he can move stuff telekinesis.
I don't know if he's got telekinesis. I don't think so.
And there's people underneath his chair that are powering his chair. Is that right?
No. They're not underneath his
So
chair.
hang on. Is he in this room all by himself, unable to talk and move?
Yeah, kind of. Well, there'll be like servitors and cherubs and stuff floating around, doing their stuff.
So he's not on his own.
I mean, he kind of is on his own, yeah, because they don't talk, the servitors and cherubs.
They don't talk either.
The dead babies and the lots of... No, not really.
So nobody talks in this room.
No, it sounds like bliss.
Necromunda gangs. How normal people live.
Thank you so much, Necromancer Goblin, you legend, for the 20. Right, anyway, why are you asking about whether he can talk or not? I don't know where this is going.
Don't Admech worship a shard of the Void Dragon, not the Emperor?
Probably some of them, yeah.
So when Guilliman went to see him,
Is dad not dad, yeah?
He has the power to move you.
I appreciate that reference.
can Guilliman talk?
Yeah, he's a Primarch.
So at this point, Guilliman's just monologuing him.
Well, not if
It's
they're-
not
not if
there's
they're
no
talking-
dialogue, it's a monologue.
Not if they're talking telepathically.
So he can do it too.
Well, no, he doesn't need to be able to do it, does he? The Emperor just has to go into his head and they can talk to each other. You don't meet in the middle when you talk telepathically. Someone goes in someone's head, they talk to each other.
Do you reckon the Emperor said to Guilliman, "Can you tell her to get me a cup of tea, please? I've been waiting forever."
Yeah, all right.
Nobody's brought me anything. in
Fucking
ages.
Jesus. There's a bunch of custodians in the throne room too. Yeah, but they ain't got any personalities, have they, the custodians? Fucking, can you tell her to get me a cup of tea? I'm parched. How dry my throat is.
Can you tell her?
I'm just sat here, and all I can hear is people being sacrificed behind me.
It's right off-putting, that is.
Yeah. Can you at least put a screen out? Give me something to watch. Jesus. Oh my God.
That doesn't sound relaxing at all.
But then
like
people will suggest that Guilliman came out of the throne room having not had a conversation with the Emperor. And that he says that he's had a conversation with the Emperor, and he said the Emperor said this, the Emperor said that, but there's no actual proof that he had that conversation.
I find it very irresponsible that there's no safeguarding going on.
But he
in that
also
room.
came out with the Emperor's sword as well, wielding that fucking thing about. He probably went, you don't need that anymore.
It's a bit like when your kids borrow your car, isn't it?
I hope not. He's fucking 11.
Dad, I'm just borrowing the car, and you can't say or do anything. So you can't say, no, you fucking not.
Yeah.
I just got that paint job done.
Right, chat.
No,
We've got 10 minutes before we're going to disappear. Can we get a few more gifted members?
Remember to tell Luce the Emperor is all bones.
Yeah.
There's no skin on him.
Well,
It's just a skeleton.
there's a depiction of the Emperor.
Like a weird Halloween costume.
Hang on, let me show you the picture of the Emperor. The Emperor of Mankind. There's a picture of him as he's on the golden throne. Here is the famous one. That's that one. There he is on the throne there, look. The Emperor on the golden throne. With all those wires plugged into him.
Alright, I'm going to say it. I don't think he's alive. I think that's some very strange Victorian photography practice.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Text-to-speech was amazing. He's an emaciated husk of a man. Yeah, he is. Right, chat, you got 10 minutes. We've got 30 members to go. Do you think we can do it for all those people that are allowed to gift? Because we didn't make it earlier. YouTube probably won't fix it by tomorrow. Come on, team. Being dying for some tea, would you mind? Also, mind if I borrow the car tonight? Oh, brilliant. Son, I ordered tea 1,500 years ago. Can you check on that?
She's not getting a pay rise this year. I've been waiting forever for my tea.
Yeah.
She's out there arguing with Fred. I can hear it through the door.
This is why he needs 2 PAs.
Yeah.
Right? That's not the Emperor. Heresy! It is heresy, absolutely. You've not been amazing though tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and having some fun. Are you going to do a loose fact for Tuesday?
No.
Oh.
No. Whoa. No loose fact for the chat.
What theme tune was that?
Flash.
Yeah, well done you. I'm going to have a cup of tea and go to bed, I think.
I'm ready for bed, I'll be honest. I'm fucking tired, actually. Did a full gym session this morning and a 4-mile walk. I can't... No, Elect Man, you've done enough, mate. Don't you worry. You gave us the quizzes that gave us so much fun and joy. Thank you so much. You legend. That's not the Emperor. John Blanche, I'd say. Oh, John Blanche is wrong, even though it's his picture. It's whatever the GW say it is. Them's facts. Kev says, "Oi, we are the almighty chat and demand a loose fact."
No, sorry, Kev.
Yeah, well, you fucked it, Kev, haven't you?
No.
You went too hard there and it didn't work, didn't pay off. You've got no source of no route of escalation now.
Yeah, tough love doesn't work on me.
Just a good old-fashioned backhand.
No, also doesn't work on me.
Can confirm. I've tried. Sorry, no loose fact. Chat, we right tonight. You wouldn't normally have a loose fact on a Tuesday, would you? To be honest with you.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you can fit much in that though.
Can you see though? It's trying to like, I'm trying to get it to.
I
take a
could,
shape.
yeah. I don't know how useful a basket made of toilet rolls is going to be though.
It'll be useful for my sewing stuff because sewing stuff doesn't really weigh a lot, but it's all things like bobbins and cotton reels, things that are easily lost, and if you just had a place they could go.
Does guilt work?
No,
Sometimes it does.
no, I know how good he's got it. Guilt doesn't work.
She'll say no, but sometimes it works.
No.
Does guilt work for me, chat?
They know, chat.
We only got to 40 earlier. Did you just break it?
No.
Good. Oh, you said no. Oh, Kev, not you on your own, mate. See what you've just done now?
Chat. Whoa.
So Kev really wanted a loose fact.
Right.
Right, really wanted a loose fact. He gifted 20 earlier when we only got 40.
That's very nice of you, Kev.
Kev's just gifted 50.
Very nice of you, Kev.
Can we do a loose fact?
No, I don't have
Just
one.
grab your book.
I don't have
Just
one.
quickly pick one out your book.
Oh my god.
It's not that
Do
hard.
I need to join a union?
Just pick. No, I don't recognise unions. Just pick one out your book.
No.
Just the one. He just gifted 50.
It's very nice of you, Kev. I'm not facting.
Just gifted 50 members.
If I fact now, all that sends a message of is that you can buy my facts for gifts.
He's given 70 members today.
No. No.
Come on, can you do loose fact for me?
Did you hear that begging, chat?
You
Did
do it
hear
for me.
that? That's my soundtrack most days.
70 members, dude.
No, I'll do 2 facts tomorrow, but I'm not doing one tonight.
Is that okay, Kev, if you get 2 facts tomorrow? Are you happy with that? Because that's an extra fact. Kev, thank you so much for 50 gifted, by the way. You fucking legend. What a hero. He hasn't hid under this excuse of, I can't do it, it's not working. Has he, chat? Eh? Kev, will you take 2 facts tomorrow instead of 1 today, 1 tomorrow? Is that okay for you? Tomorrow we'll do a loose fact and a special fact for Kev.
Oh, I'll see if I can find a fact about something.
Can you find a random fact about a person called Kev?
Okay.
It gives you 24 hours to find a fact.
Fact about a Kev, any Kev in history.
He's like cold loose.
Yeah, ice cold.
Yeah. Is that okay? Should we do that, Kev? Is that okay? Because I don't know I'm going to commit to otherwise. Can we do a? Yeah, he's okay with it. He's okay with a Kev fact.
A Kev
Tomorrow
fact.
we've got a loose fact and a Kev fact. I'm here for that.
Okay.
I'm here for that one,
Does
right?
the Kev fact have to be true?
I mean, having to be true flies in the face of everything we've done so far, to be honest with you, Luce. Let's be fair, right?
We're playing fast and loose with the word fact.
Yeah, we use fat like the government do, all right? So I think it needs to be a researched fact to a point, but I'd like it, we should make it obscure. I can help you research this tomorrow. I'm excited about a Kev fact.
Okay, a Kev fact. Okay.
I think you should dock Luce's wages for a month for underperforming. Kevin has to confirm or deny if the fact was true. Oh my god. Is that alright? It could be onto something here. What with Joe Hopes, and now we have to buy loose facts. Yeah, I think we'd run out of loose facts very, very quickly if we did it like Joe Hopes. If we did it for every 5 gifted, we'd run out of them really fast. Every 5 gifted, Joe or more, Joe has to wish people a hope. So he'll be like and they're almost always food or animal related.
Right.
So he'll be like, I hope you go to McDonald's and the milkshake machine is working. Is one of his facts that he's done before. One of his hopes.
Yeah.
There's goat here. It's pretty good, that one.
Yeah.
Or he'll hope that you find a friendly raccoon in your back garden that lets you stroke it. That's another Joe type fact.
Would you want
Joe
to?
type hope. Well, no, exactly. Nothing makes sense in Joe's mind,
Yeah.
Luce. He just blurts things out that he thinks would be nice. And sometimes, like we've attributed Joe hopes to rolling a D20.
Oh, almost never.
And sometimes you get a 1 and sometimes you get a nat 20, but often it's somewhere in between and you just take that gamble and you roll that D20.
I have a hope.
Okay.
I could text it to Joe and see if he will.
Hope it to Kev now. Say, I hope.
Okay, Kev, I hope that should you ever find yourself opening the front door to freshly fallen snow, you get to be the first footprint and you don't accidentally tread in cat shit that has been snowed on as your first snowy footprint.
There you go, Kev. You've got the first ever loose hope as well. Look at that. And you'll get your Kev fact tomorrow. Thank you for the 50 gifted, man. What a fucking legend.
That's a genuine fear that when we lived in Hadley and we had all that lovely, beautiful snow, I did open the door and go, for fresh snow, and then quickly there's gonna be all sorts.
freshly fallen snow round here I wouldn't mind so much. Freshly fallen snow outside the front of the building that I work in at the moment concerns me more.
Shall I hope for you too? Babe, I hope that when you have freshly fallen snow in the centre of Southampton, that you don't step into God knows what as your first freshly fallen snow footprint.
Normally, there's two main concerns in the front door of our premises at the moment. Is in underneath freshly fallen snow, used needles or human feces. So, you know.
Do a very wide gate as your first.
Life's a lottery. It could be either or.
That's it, when life gives you lemons.
Yeah, we're working on lots of things to get that sorted before we open it as a gaming venue.
I have a hope for you.
Oh, fucking hell, chat. She's on a roll now. Who put 20p in her?
I hope there's always clean boxes in your underwear drawer and you never run out.
That's not always true, though, is it, Luce?
Because I'm going on holiday in December, so good luck. I'll get Babs in. She'll do some laundry for you.
Joe needs to up his hope game. The bar has been set. Loose hopes beating Joe hopes right there. I know, yeah, exactly. Right, we've got a Kev fact tomorrow. There you go. We're going to have a day of finding one. And if she doesn't, I'll research it and give it to her anyway. Don't you worry. Thank you so much for the 50 gifted, Kev. That does mean we did hit the membership goal this evening, and it made this morning's disaster slightly less painful. I think it's just when we're playing video games, it's just not very engaging content. So it's on me. I wanted to play video games. I had an excuse because Joe couldn't come to work.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do it. It'll be fun. And it's just not the most engaging content in the world, and I'm aware of that. So I think we probably won't pay much. I reckon Monday we'll go back. Now we've played the campaign, and we've finished the campaign this last Monday. I reckon next Monday we'll go back to Hobby Hangout stream.
Okay.
On Montague.
You finished the game?
Yeah, we finished the campaign already, yeah.
Wow.
We've finished the story. It's fucking good. It's really fucking good.
Is that the whole game done then?
No, there's loads you can still play loads of online stuff and what have you. So I'm sure that between me, Joe, Josh, Kyle, etc., there'll be lots of online stuff we'll play. It's just I probably won't stream it as one of our normal 7 streams because it doesn't do very well, which is fine. We're not a video gaming channel, despite the fact that I'd love to be able to just sit here forever and do content and not have to pay for a studio or a Joe. Actually, I would like to pay for a Joe because we love a Joe, but you know what I mean, chat, right? Like, there's a lot of expense that comes with the business that if you're a video game channel, you just sit here and play video games. Sounds great. But also, I love Warhammer too much. So, and I think now, I'd struggle to not have the studio anymore.
Yeah, you goldfish bowl.
Because all my Warhammer would have to come back in the house.
Yeah. We don't. Well.
We don't have the space days anymore.
Yeah, that would be
fair.
To come back in.
Yeah. So, anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, you wonderful people, for this impromptu talking head stream. Everyone send Joe your love because he's been in a lot of pain this morning. He's got some pretty strong painkillers to sort himself out. And everyone remind him, no more Monster is a proven cause of his condition. Energy drinks in general are a proven cause of his condition.
The trouble is, though, babe, it's on him.
No, it is on him.
So
100% is on him. We've been saying for ages, stop the energy drink, stop the Monster, stop the shitty food.
But you've been saying it for ages and he's not listening.
Well, now he's got gout, so hopefully he will. Because people often don't listen when they have no consequence. And then when they have consequence, they probably start to go, and perhaps need to change something. But otherwise, you can send him your love anyway, because we do love Joe. Tomorrow we'll be back at 7:30 with the Warhammer show. I need to come up with another topic now, because this was originally for tomorrow night, and I've stolen it for tonight. So I've got to think of another topic. Thanes, you've got ideas. Not shit ones, like you usually give me. Got ideas. Send them at my team. And then Thursday, all things being well, and everything going to plan, Joe will be back in the morning for the Liam and Joe show at 1:30, and then we'll have a live game of Warhammer 40k on Thursday evening. That will be Joe versus Brom, and I'm decking. If that doesn't work for whatever reason because Joe's not here, I'll do another show from home, but I'll do a hobby stream from home, or I'll do a hobby stream from the studio on my own. And then what I'll have to do is see if Mr. the Car can come in on the evening if Joe's not well, and then Brom and I will play, right? And then Friday we'll be back with 40k After Dark. Much fun. And then we have another weekend. We're getting there. We're nearly halfway through the week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for coming and brightening that stream up right at the end. Just as the energy was dropping off, Luce comes in and talks about the Emperor's PA. Babs. Yeah. Amazing. Right? Thank you so much, you wonderful human beings, for hanging out with us. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you in the next one.